The Broncos are still the 1 seed. Are you concerned about them? Do you think Jacksonville is the hot team that's going to be the one that takes the AFC down?
Yeah.
Mark, at the end of the day?
I'm concerned about the Broncos from the standpoint of just level of execution. I think it's legit. Everybody says, hey, the Broncos, they haven't beat anybody or a lot of one-score game wins and all that stuff. And there's value in saying, hey, man, we've been able to be at our best when our best is required and we're down. And, it's a fourth quarter and we had to put 2 drives together. And we've done that on a consistent basis throughout the season. The thing that concerns me is the lack of attention to detail, the missed assignments, and just the lack of being able to consistently execute especially on the offensive side of the ball. So, 3 quarters, we said this about Tebow back when Tebow was playing. You can't be a hero for putting out a fire that you started, right? You can't have 3 quarters of wreck and all of a sudden you execute in the fourth quarter and say, oh yeah, we solved our problems. It's the lack of execution for 3 quarters concerns me. And you can beat teams that are maybe not up to your level from a talent standpoint or can't produce against your defense. But we're talking about playoff football. And the last time Jacksonville rolled in here as a quote unquote small market team, as you just mentioned, they hung 34 on that defense and waxed the Broncos. Gave them a at-home spanking, the only game they lost at home this year. So, there's a concern there.
Okay. So you're saying it's okay if the quarterback's the fire department unless he's also the arsonist. It's basically what you're saying.
That's exactly.
Did I pick that one up?
You can't light the fire and then put it out and be a hero.
Okay. The best offensive line in the playoffs belongs to?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Thank you, sir.
A lot of people would tell you, based on grades and Pro Football Focus, it's the Broncos, but the Broncos make more mistakes than just about anybody. I think when their offense is right, they're not in it anymore. I was just going to say Baltimore when their offense is right, but they just got bounced because they can't kick a field goal. I like what Seattle did last week. I like where they're at right now. I think the Rams, if healthy, I would give it to the Rams as being the best, just grind it out, best offensive line going into these playoffs. If they're right, they're healthy.
Bears don't have a bad one either, Mark. You know what I mean?
Bears have been good. Bears have been good as well. Yeah, they've run the ball exceptionally well. So they've been good also.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.